NNN REIT reporting 52 cents. The estimate was 48 cents for November.
SLQT. SLQT. TZA.
DOMH, Dominari Holdings, announcing
AIFF.
$13.5 million registered direct offering and private placement priced at the market, announcing a special cash dividend. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump joined Dominari Holdings Advisory Board, DOMH.
Shell.
VSTE. SLQT.
Shell.
AIFF.
JGBH.
LIPO.
DOMH shares were halted ahead of that news.
GGB.
AIFF. AIFF.
SAN.
AIFF. AIFF.
ACGL.
AIFF.
CENX. STLA.
AIFF. AIFF. BMRA. AIFF. AIFF. AIFF.
CELH. HSBC.
AIFF.
TMO Thermo Fisher share is getting a pop here on light volume. Tango Michael Oscar
STLA.
561.75.
On.
AIFF.
BBVA.
AIFF.
On. STLA.
VSTE.
SAN. PLTD. Shell.
IINN.
ATAX.
AIFF.
Shell. Hum.
AIFF.
Oh.
SLQT.
Enter. VALN.
VSTE,
love, NK,
AIFF, AIFF,
Enta, PYPL,
Vaughn,
ALC,
that's
AIFF, AIFF,
Ease, WBA,
AIFF, AIFF, MBRX, AIFF,
MBRX, MBRX,
getting
AIFF,
correct.
MBRX, MBRX,
When you
MBRX, MBRX,
read
MBRX,
our acute myeloid leukemia pivotal trial. That's
MBRX.
MBRX.
TSLA,
LIPO,
SNAP,
AIFF,
shall,
AIFF, MBRX,
MBRX, CCL,
MBRX molecular shares now hitting 85 cents, up 15 cents at the high. Michael Bravo Romeo X-ray on that news.
NOTE,
hum,
ACN and GOOGL, Accenture and Google Cloud, Advanced Sovereign Cloud and Generative AI Adoption in Saudi Arabia, Alpha Charlie November.
MSFT, VZ, PLTT,
TZA.
KHC, KT,
Yang, 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 INVZ,
LIXT, Lixty Biotech announcing
AJAX.
$1.05 million registered direct offering, priced at the market under NASDAQ rules. That's Lima India X-ray
IINN.
Tango, LIXT.
MBRX,
Note,
Note,
AMZN,
AIFF,
GM, Perf,
MBRX, PERF,
APL, ATAX, F, shall, WBD,
PERF,
Oxy,
MTCH, LIPO.
ATAX. Bach.
LIPO.
BBD.
MBRX.
ATAX. SMST.
LIPO.
ATAX.
AIFF. VSTE. MBRX.
Shall.
KULR.
Shall.
AIFF. AIFF. ACON.
Oxy. Spear.
ACON. GI. ACON. LIPO.
Oxy. Oxy.
AIFF.
PMEC. PMEC. Primax AI signs 3 pilot program agreements with leading
AXIN.
Singapore cleaning companies for high
LIPO.
cleaning robot. That's Papa Michael Echo Charlie,
SMST.
PMEC.
KULR. KULR.
KXIN.
VSTE.
Oxy. EQNR. VRN.
AIFF.
KO. KO.
AIFF.
SMST. KO.
VSTE.
KO. SMST. KO. KO.
IINN.
SQQQ.
TSLZ.
USAS.
IINN. IINN. IINN.
ATAX.
IINN.
VALN. 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 PLTD. PLTD, VALN.
VSTE. AIFF.
PLTD.
AIFF.
VALN.
AIFF.
PLTD.
SLQT. AIFF. AIFF.
SMST. SMST. RDZN. SAN.
Shop. Big spread.
SQQQ.
IINN. Shop.
Stack. INTC. INTC. INTC.
INTC.
INTC.
INTC.
INTC.
INTC.
INTC.
AIFF. LIPO. ACHR. IINN. LIPO.
SAN.
KGS. CDIO.
KGS.
INTC.
LUCD.
Shop.
ALC. BBVA. Stack. Stack.
SLXN. VSTE. IINN. LIPO. LIPO. KXIN. AIFF.
WOOF. PLTD.
SLXN.
PSX. PSX Phillips 66. Elliott sends letter and presentation to the board of
LIPO.
Phillips 66. Says we have an investment more than $2.5 billion in Phillips
LIPO.
66, making us one of your top 5 investors. That's Papa Sandy X-ray press release now.
LIPO.
Shell.
IINN.
SQQQ. KGS.
LIPO.
SQQQ.
LIPO. Shop.
PBI.
AIFF. Shop. AIFF. AIFF.
PLTD.
Shop.
KXIN.
Watch the spread.
PLTD. PLTD.
AIFF.
Shopify shares continue. SHOP Shopify shares
SCHW.
continue to pop 122.50. SHOP
SQQQ.
now trading up about $3 almost.
LIPO. SLQT. Shop. Big spread. Shop.
Redbook
Big
U.S.
spread.
retail sales first week of February plus 5.3% versus February a year ago, plus 5.3% for the week ending February 8th versus a year ago.
LIPO.
Shell. SHOP.
Shop. AIFF.
ITUB.
LIPO. 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 LIPO.
I love Adobe
ARQQ.
because the ecosystem is so mature. Made it
LIPO. Shop.
FLUT. ATAX. SAN.
AIFF.
SQQQ.
AIFF.
Shell. SMST. RIG.
LIPO.
SQQQ. SQQQ.
VSTE.
SQQQ.
SOXS.
ALC. TSLQ.
TSLZ.
PLTD. ALC. PLTD.
LIPO.
SQQQ. SQQQ. PLTD.
LIPO.
SQQQ. PLTD. SAN. SQQQ. SMST.
VSTE. LIPO. VABA.
SQQQ.
LABD, DOMH, AIFF,
SMST.
SMST,
VRCA. SUNE.
AIFF,
SQQQ.
DOMH.
DOMH, DOMH,
SQQQ.
DOMH,
CJMB, Callan JMB
BABX.
awarded second 5-year contract by the Oregon Health Authority
Baba,
BBX.
Baba,
preparedness and
Baba.
response after successful operation for COVID-19
DOMH.
and MPOX
DOMH.
pandemics. That's Charlie Juliet
AAP.
Michael
DOMH.
Bravo, CJMB.
Watch the spread.
AAPU.
DOMH, DOMH,
FEMY. AAPU. ALC.
AIFF, AIFF. DOMH,
AAPU.
DOMH,
AAPU. 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 AAPU.
DOMH,
DOMH. DOMH.
DOMH, DOMH,
AAPU.
PBI.
SHOP Shopify CFO said saw higher cloud infrastructure hosting costs in part to support
ALC.
higher volumes in Q4. Did not expect higher cloud and infrastructure hosting costs to have as much of an impact going forward.
Shop,
That's SHOP
Big spread.
Shopify.
Baba,
NIVF.
Big
AAPL,
spread.
Apple, and BABA,
IINN.
Alibaba.
Shop,
Apple partners
Big
with
spread.
Alibaba to develop AI features for iPhone users in China. That from the information now, that's
PBI.
AAPL and BABA.
AAPU. 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 NIVF.
Bearish
Shop, Shop, Shop,
AAPU.
AAPL
Shop.
and BABA. Alibaba shares popping on that news.
TCTM,
$115.
DOMH,
AAPU.
Up about
DOMH,
$3.68
Shell.
on that pop.
AAPU.
DOMH,
OCX.
IINN, DOMH,
AAPU.
DOMH,
STM. SAN.
DOMH, DOMH, DOMH,
Shell. AAPU.
LIPO,
BABX.
DOMH, DOMH,
WOOF.
DOMH,
EAF,
RGTI,
HSBC,
TGL, TGL Treasure Global popping after the company announced expansion into FMCG and e-commerce with 51% stake in Tianming Distribution. That's Tango Golf Lima.
AIFF,
ALC,
IINN, AIFF, EAF,
SNES, Eric,
DOMH, Shop, Big Spread, DOMH,
THRY, Thrive, and 1-800-ACCOUNTANT announced new partnership designed to optimize
AIFF.
small business growth. That's Tango Hotel Romeo Yankee, THRY.
AIFF, AIFF,
AAPL,
DOMH, EAF, AIFF,
SHOP, Shopify CFO said expect
AIFF.
to move to 3-month trials and lack of substantive pricing changes in 2025 to impact
AAPL,
subscription solutions growth.
DOMH.
That's SHOP.
AIFF.
Shopify. Shopify shares pulling back now.
DOMH,
Traded
ITV.
around $125 now at 119.68.
DOMH,
The low today was $106 on Shopify following their earnings report.
DSDD, AAPU, AAPL, AAPU,
DOMH,
DOMH,
DOMH, DOMH,
AAPU,
DOMH,
TSDD,
DOMH,
DOMH,
AAPU,
DOMH,
AAPU,
Shopify
TZA.
CFO said
AAP,
Q1 operating expenses
DOMH.
guide of 41 to 42%.
AAPU,
DOMH,
Which reflects a
AAPU.
500 to 600 basis
DOMH.
point improvement from
VDRX.
Q1 of last year.
DOMH, DOMH,
That's
DOMH,
SHOP. Shares
DOMH.
continuing to pull back a bit now.
DOMH.
AAPU,
DOMH, DOMH,
DOMH,
DOMH, DOMH,
DOMH,
DOMH, DOMH,
DOMH, OMH,
DOMH,
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 TSLQ,
DOMH,
DOMH,
GOMH,
DOMH,
DOMH, DOMH.
Spiking here now after
DOMH.
resuming.
DOMH,
DOMH.
LIPO, TZA,
Dominari announcing that Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump joined the company's advisory board,
FUFU,
also announcing a registered direct offering and private placement. That's Delta Oscar Michael
DOMH.
Hotel now at $9.32, up $3.16.
AIFF, DOMH.
KO Coca-Cola says expect modest expansion at the gross margin line for 2025 on commodities pressure. That's Kilo Oscar.
LIPO. DOMH. LIPO.
DOMH.
DOMH. DOMH. DOMH. DOMH.
EAF.
TZA.
DOMH.
IINN.
Shell. XPON.
DOMH. 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 DOMH.
DOMH.
DOMH.
DOMH.
DOMH.
CB.
DOMH.
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 FUFU. NYND.
NIBF. Yang. LIPO. NIBF. ZIM. DOMH. DOMH. NIBF. AIFF. LIPO.
TBTX. TBTX.
LIPO. LIPO. TBTX.
TBTX.
DOMH. LITM. DOMH. LIPO.
KO.
LIPO.
DOMH.
DOMH. DOMH. ORMP.
ORMP. ORMP. ORMP.
TRC. TRC,
ORMP.
Thinkorswim Branch announcing appointment of a new president and CEO,
TVTX.
Tango Romeo Charlie.
Big spread.
TRC, TLSA, Tiziana Life Sciences announcing TV interview with first patient, those with moderate Alzheimer's disease. That's Tango Lima Sandy Alpha, TLSA.
ORMP. TVTX. ORMP.
ORMP. ORMP.
ORMP, Oramed announcing joint venture to accelerate development and commercialization of oral insulin. That is Oscar Romeo Michael Papa, ORMP.
AIFF.
REKR.
DOMH. DOMH.
DOMH.
LIPO.
TVTX.
ORMP. VSTE. DOMH. U. DOMH. AIFF. DOMH.
TVTX. TRGP.
DOMH. JG. DOMH.
MH. OMH.
DOMH.
DOMH. TVTX.
TSLZ.
Set. DOMH.
KIT. DOMH. Shop.
CELC.
DOMH.
SAN.
DOMH. DOMH.
DOMH.
DOMH. DOMH. DOMH.
KOPN,
NIBF,
DOMH,
DOMH,
DOMH, Dominary Holdings,
Eric,
getting an
DOMH,
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 getting another pop to the high,
DOMH.
$10.74 now on
DOMH.
DOMH.
DOMH,
ESCA, Eurosea is announcing
DOMH.
2-year charter contract extension for its feeder container ship MV Hydra. That is Echo San Diego Alpha.
LIPO,
DOMH,
LIPO, LIPO,
Ford gets most of
TBTX.
its aluminum and steel from U.S. sources. That from the CFO again. Letter
LIPO.
F, Ford.
LIPO,
ATAX,
CVRT, Big Spread, NIBF,
AAPL,
JG,
TSLL,
U.
Riot, JG, NVDA, NVDA,
DOMH,
BBAI, Hood, Hood,
SCHW, DOMH,
PDD,
Ford,
SCHW,
presenting at the Wolf Research Auto
DOMH.
Tech and Semiconductor Conference today.
TSLZ,
AZLA, SAN, ATAX, NLSP,
LIPO,
TBTX, TAM, OPTT, AZN,
RGTI, LIPO,
TSM, Gooksal,
SLQT, SATL, BABX, BABX,
MPC,
AIFF, Shop, Big Spread,
ATAX,
Fed's Hammock says we'll evaluate Trump
ALLR.
economic and trade policies as they come in.
STXS,
SLQT, DOMH, LTRY, LIPO, INVZ,
TBTX,
LTRY, DOMH,
TVTX,
DOMH, DOMH, NIBF, LTRY,
NEUP, KOPN.
Shop. Big spread.
EFRG,
NIBF.
TVTX,
Shop. Big spread. RGTI. DOMH.
TSLQ,
SIFT, CELC,
RZLV. AIFF.
TEMD,
RZLV.
CETY,
DOMH. 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 NIBF. SATL. IINN. LIPO. AIFF.
CELZ, Creative Medical Technology,
ENET.
getting a pop here on very light volume. Charlie Echo Lima Zulu.
DOMH. Shop. NIBF. AIFF. AIFF.
UUUU,
IINN. VNET. GFS.
HLIT,
PANW,
AIFF. U. INTC. DOMH. LIPO. LIPO. PNBK. LIPO. LIPO. SLQT.
Cleveland Fed's Hammock says unclear how much 2024 rate cuts have factored
DOMH.
into the economy. Rate hike is not my base case. Hammock said we may be close
DOMH.
to a neutral rate.
PSX, TVTX,
CHRO. INSP. DOMH. CJYL. DOMH. DOMH.
CRNC,
LFWD,
Enter halt
DOMH,
ENTA will resume at 9 hours 35 minutes and 40 seconds. VSTE DOMH halted. LFWD will resume at 9 hours 35 minutes and 35 seconds. ATEX RITR halted. RITR will resume at 9 hours 35 minutes and 23 seconds. ARI BDRX PTON WOLF RXRX
U.S. markets are open.
THRTBR GDS
BABX, RENB,
AIFF HLIP
LUCD,
HIMS
ESOA,
DOMH,
IRBT FIS SERB
DOMH, GSIW,
DOMH.
STAI,
DOMH.
Scan Tech AI Management
DOMH.
confirms solid
UUU.
balance sheet.
DOMH,
Outstanding Tango Alpha
DOMH.
India.
GFS GFS
STAI,
DOMH,
ORMP ALAB CRNC LTBR RTRE halted BFRG RTRE will resume at 9 hours 35 minutes and 45 seconds.
CHRO,
ORMP SERB ACHR MBLY
AIOT,
HIMS ORMP
IRBT,
APPS ATEX
DOMH,
AIFF.
Dominary Holdings, halted on a
GFS.
circuit breaker.
BRX.
Delta Oscar Michael
Big
Hotel,
spread.
halted
HSAI CLF
right now $11.33
LFWD.
at the highs.
LFWD.
DOMH.
SERV HLIT
GRRR,
ORMP
JBDI,
TRNR CDT GRRR BFRG VSAT GFS RBLX INSP
LFWD,
ORMP
VSTE,
CDT MRP HLIT
OPFI,
EQC ACB
INSP,
GFS
watch the spread, FLYE, LIPO, ORMP, CDT,
ORMP, or Med
halted.
Pharma, getting a
ORMP.
pop here
HLIT will
on
resume at 9 hours
small
38
volume,
minutes and
Oscar Romeo
32
Michael
seconds.
Papa. Company
INSP,
announcing
watch the spread,
SMCI
CDT,
RBLX
WWR,
to create a joint
SHOP.
venture to commercialize
CSE
their
sales.
oral insulin. That's Oscar Romeo Michael
GFS.
Papa,
CDT.
RMP.
APPS
LNZ, SMST,
HSAI
INSP, watch the
GDS,
spread,
HLIT
NIBF,
EQC
IBVD.
RITR may resume in less than a minute.
SHOP, Shopify shares up about 2% now,
EQC.
122.68
SHOP
after their earnings report. Sandy Hotel, Oscar Papa.
ORMP DOMH may resume
LFWD.
in less than a minute.
DNA,
ENTA may resume in less than a minute.
LIPO,
RTRE may resume in less than a minute. HSAI
SLQT,
SLQT
JBDI, LIPO,
APPS
LIPO, GDS, LIPO,
SOPA
AIFF,
HLIT
LIPO, HSAI, NBNI, QNTM, RLGT,
ORMP TVTX SLQT,
ORMP. SLQT. SLQT. SLQT.
HLIT,
RIME. ORMP. SOPA.
CRNT,
SLQT.
TVTX, ESOA, ALAB,
SSSS.
SLQT,
ORMP.
SOPA,
YIBO.
HLIT,
Coming up in about 20 minutes, Fed Chair Powell to be
SOPA.
testifying before
ESOA.
the Joint Economic Committee, Senate, House Congressional
ALAB.
Committee. That's coming up at 10
ORMP.
a.m. Eastern Time.
SLQT, SOPA, HLIT, CRNT, GDS, GRRR,
DOMH.
HSAI,
TUYA. TVTX.
SLQT,
Big spread.
AITRU may resume in less than a minute. SOPA,
SLQT.
HLIT,
LIPO. LIPO. MYT. SLQT.
Shopify popping to
CRNT.
125.79. Sandy
HSAI.
Hotel Oscar Papa.
TUYA. LNZA. SLQT.
SLQT, AIOT, ALAB,
LIPO. DOMH.
SMCI,
AIFF.
HSAI, PDYN,
HSAI.
HLIT,
SOPA.
AIOT,
RGTI. SOPA. SLQT. LTBR.
HSAI,
SOPA. LTBR.
HLIT, ALAB, AIOT, DGHI, CRNT,
LFWD.
RITR
SLQT.
may resume in less than a minute. PDYN,
SLQT. GAIFF. SXTP. XNET.
ALAB, FLYE, NIBF, HLIT, SOPA,
SOPA. DGHI. AIFF.
HLIT,
RXRX.
SOPA,
AIFF. DOMH. AIFF.
SLQT,
TEM Tempest AI spiking 75.99
ALAB.
at the highs. Tango Echo Michael.
PERF, AIOT, AIFF,
AIFF,
HLIT,
NIBF,
Company announced that
RXRX.
they're going to report their Q4 and full year results on February 24th.
Fly, NIBF,
ALAB,
NIBF,
HLIT,
AIFF, DDD,
SOPA,
CMP,
Shopify shares pulling back now,
SLQT.
119.15.
SLQT.
SHOP.
VSAT,
SLQT, SOPA, SLQT, SOPA,
SOPA, HLIT,
AIFF,
SLQT,
AIFF,
DGHI,
FTEL, DOMH, SUUN, IFRX,
SUUN, SOPA,
SATL, SLQT, SOPA, SLQT,
DGHI,
SOPA, SLQT, SLQT, SOPA, SOPA,
SUUN,
SOPA, RITR, HTZ, SOPA, EHTH, CPIX, EBAX, SOPA, SOPA, DOMH, SOPA,
HSAI,
SOPA, SOPA, SOPA,
SIDU,
SOPA, SOPA,
HSAI,
FIS
SOPA.
Fidelity National shares down 15% now following
SOPA.
their earnings report. Company's conference call on
IVVD,
Foxtrot India Sandy, FIS.
PNBK, MYNZ, DOMH,
SIDU, RITR halted. RITR will resume at 9 hours 48 minutes and 28 seconds.
SLQT,
KXIN,
Note,
IVVD, ORMP,
AIFF, CPIX, AIFF, CPIX, CJMV, RXRX,
DGHI,
Sens, AIFF.
Your insurance company doesn't want you to know this, but there is a free comparison tool that can help you get a cheaper rate.
AIFF. NIBF.
JP Morgan CFO speaking at a
SIDU.
conference says board is thinking about succession plan with fairness and
LNCA.
focus as ever. That's JPM.
MYTE. Big spread.
CJMB. APPS.
VSTE. LNZA.
AIOT. SIDU. CJMB.
LNZA.
GME GameStop at the highs. Golf Michael Echo. GameStop shares up about 1% now. GME.
SIDU. APPS. RITR may resume in less than a minute. SLQT.
SOPA.
WDC Western Digital shares at the highs now. 69.88. Whiskey Delta Charlie.
DOMH.
VSAT. SIDU. BBAI.
IINN RG. SOPA.
SLQT.
TEM Tempest AI. More
DOMH.
highs now. 76.45. Up about 12% almost at the highs for Tempest AI. No specific news.
SOPA.
BBAI, Big Bear AI popping a bit here now. Bravo Bravo Alpha India.
AIFF.
SLQT.
Vice President J.D. Vance at a summit in Paris today
IINN.
warned against excessive regulation of AI.
FPAY. GSAT. Big spread.
IVVD.
HUBC.
SLQT. NOTE.
DDD. GRCE. TVTX. GEVO.
RITR halted. RITR will resume at 9 hours 54 minutes and 45 seconds. SKBL halted. SKBL will resume at 9 hours 54 minutes and 11 seconds.
DOMH.
is different than all the rest. It allows you to
DOMH.
focus on your meetings, not
DOMH.
SLQT.
LTRY.
NOTE.
SLQT Select Quote popping to the highs now. Sandy Lima Quebec Tango.
FBGL.
LTRY.
BFRG.
so
KIT.
Select Quote
SLQT. Let me take a look, John
receiving
Boy.
an investment from
AIFF.
Bain Capital and others up about
What's the float
Yeah,
on
so
this, or did
receiving
you take me
$350
to a high
million
float?
investment.
HUBC.
Bain Capital and
NOTE.
Morgan Stanley. That's SLQT shares now up about
APPS.
48%.
It's a high
on
float. What
select
is
board.
this?
SLQT.
All right,
BFRG.
Caburo. $100 day. It's first $100 day.
VSTE. IRWD.
SLQT.
Apps. SLQT. LIPO. BFRG. AIFF. BFRG.
400 bucks.
IRWD. Golf.
SLQT.
Big spread.
LFWD.
LFWD.
Not bad. I don't know about this ticker. What is this?
APPS. IRBT.
Okay, so this one's
DOMH.
not technically
IRWD.
a low
BFRG.
flow, which usually I would not touch this. It is just kind of on a
LFWD.
little breakout.
DOMH. Golf.
SLQT.
SLQT.
Is that looking like a topping tail?
IINN. SLQT.
PDYN.
Ah,
SLQT.
shite. I knew it. Dude, I always know when it's
LFWD.
time to walk away, and yet I always still have to go for that one more trade. Gosh darn.
SLQT.
APPS.
So this is a nice looking little dub here. That's a possibility. Just gave back half my profits on that son of a...
SKBL may resume in less than a
LFWD.
minute.
Done with it.
SLQT. LFWD.
I knew I overdid it.
LFWD. SLQT. SLQT.
This is a nice looking W. I haven't
DOMH.
had a good looking one of these in a while. But we'll
SLQT.
see. We'll see how aggressive the
GSAT.
sellers are.
Watch the spread. DOMH.
GRRR. RITR may
My keys
resume
are
in less than a
messed
minute.
up.
DOMH.
PDYN.
I don't know. It should have taken off.
LFWD.
It's a nice looking W, but then it just lost everything
Kid.
it had. I don't know,
LFWD.
guys. Now I'm getting angry. Brain Farmer's getting angry now.
Apps.
That W failed. Like, what more is gonna fail?
LFWD.
AIFF.
IINN.
ACLS.
LFWD. LFWD.
Try something radically different. All right.
LFWD.
You know what I'm kind of seeing
HIMX,
is this
HIMAX
Dom H.
Technology spiking
It's
to
got
the
a,
high
that 5-minute
$10.10.
look.
Hotel India Michael X-ray.
And not that I don't want to take much risk on it, but
STIM. ASST.
EGHT. BNCI.
LFWD.
IRBT.
oh, I'm gonna
LFWD.
lose everything.
IRWD.
That we'll see. Ah, shite. I did actually lose everything on it.
Fly.
This was me going off of the 5-minute chart a little too much. Shite.
RCAT.
Ah. My pre-market win is gone now. Maybe I should cut my losses and come over here. Frick.
SLQT.
APPS.
ATAI.
Coming up, Fed Chair Powell in about 5
DOMH.
minutes.
Gosh. Out there. I'm gonna try to make my money back on Dom H. That is so very frustrating. Oh my gosh.
DOMH. DOMH. IINN. BBAI.
I'm being smart about what the hell.
LFWD.
APPS.
Note.
This has descending resistance. It's kind of fighting.
NOTE.
We might get that run through 450 and then higher, but
AIFF.
it is known to drop. This.
AIFF.
Gosh darn this one. What was I doing over here, dude?
AIFF.
Okay, relax. So this one I'm going to try to maybe do a W. That's why I'm watching that. We tried the W
LFWD.
on LIPO. It kind of worked, but didn't really.
LFWD.
SLQT.
LFWD. NOTE.
BBAI.
Screw you, SLQ2. QT.
BBAI.
You're ugly, you're stupid.
LESL. Comp. AIFF.
LFWD. BBAI.
AIFF.
APPS. ATAI.
Wow, 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 wow. Dude, whatever. Whatever.
No.
NOTE.
It's hurt so bad to lose everything.
BBAI.
This one's itching to go. But it should have went there. Not holding
BBAI.
on too long for anything.
BBAI. HUBC.
God dang it. Careful, possible false
LFWD.
break out there. It's looking shaky.
SLQT.
W on
APPS.
this one is starting to work.
LFWD. LFWD. SLQT.
ATAI.
This one is probably not for the faint of heart.
LFWD.
I think
BRAX.
AIFF is still in play.
BBAI.
It's
LFWD.
in critical condition.
BRAX.
I'm trying to catch a
CXW.
dub here on this one. It's proving to be near impossible.
WWR.
NOTE.
I'd just like to get my 500 bucks back.
APPS. ATAI.
Those spreads. This is dangerous as hell.
HLIT.
Had a good start there. I hope it
AIoT.
continues. Come on. Come on, baby.
AIoT.
AIFF.
Uh-oh, I got him
AIFF.
5,000 here. I hope it goes.
NOTE.
DOMH.
God, it's not going. God dang it. Okay, I gotta be done with this. My life is starting to suck. Oh my gosh.
MBOT.
KIP.
Gold futures falling here a bit.
What a nice false
SDX.
breakdown here.
DOMH.
This is what I
0.5%.
needed. Oh, ooh, still got a good price.
BBAI continued to make new highs now. $9.
Dude, I'm still mad about Dom
Bravo
H,
Alpha
though.
India up
I'm still
6%.
BBAI. BBAI. AGL.
So this was a false breakdown W,
AIoT.
BBAI.
and it shot up way higher than I thought it was to do.
APPS.
AGL.
I might have to cut ties with Dom H. I blew all my profit on it. It's all gone.
AIFF.
ATAI.
WWR.
Frick you.
BBAI.
Sorry. It's getting to the
MBOT.
point of me like just getting angry.
HCWC. RNAZ. SDA.
THRD.
HYPR. AIFF. AIFF.
We're past the point of no return. The
DOMH.
final chapter.
HLIT.
Powell says we do not need to be in a
LIPO.
hurry to
You
adjust policy.
scallywagger.
Well positioned to deal with risks and
You stupid.
uncertainties.
Stupid.
Powell says can ease policy of
APPS.
labor market unexpectedly
LIPO.
weakens, or inflation falls more quickly than expected. U.S. economy strong overall.
VSTE.
Inflation is closer to 2% goal, but still somewhat elevated.
REFR. MPLN. LIPO.
IRBT.
DOMH.
I'm just like
FPLG.
desperately going from stock to stock, hoping to catch something.
Can ease policy of the labor market unexpectedly
DOMH.
weakens. Fed will wrap up framework review by late summer. Framework review will not
BBAI.
include a focus on inflation target, which will remain 2%.
That should have went.
That's
Math.
Powell's prepared testimony to the Senate Banking Committee.
WWR.
The point of no return.
DOMH.
The final chapter.
GDS. AIFF. GEVO. AIFF.
So of course pre-market high
DOMH.
is on the table.
AIFF. AIFF. ENTIREN.
So you get get locked
Futures
in.
getting a,
If you feel
up
like you're
to-
nervous and you're not like actually playing the game, like,
SLQT.
play the game. You're gonna have losing trades, but make sure you just play the game.
Apps.
And that's what I feel. I feel a hyper sense of focus right now. Like I'm just so zoomed into the screen. I'm not even thinking about
Arm.
risk until I blow all my profits away, and then I start thinking about it. But
AIFF.
that does suck. I'm trying not to think about it.
VRAR.
So this is the first pullback after ignition on LIPO. So that's an interest. This is a pullback right below high a day. This is potential.
DOMH.
My hotkeys are completely screwed.
DOMH.
Let's look at the chart in totality. And
HUBC.
in totality, it looks pretty good.
Math.
It's riding up off ascending support.
THRD.
So in totality, it's what am I doing? Dang you! Fills me at 56.
SATL. SATL.
ATAI.
You cannot even
SATL.
make this stuff up.
SATL. SATL. LESL. SATL.
HUBC.
It's a lot of selling. Of what nature, I don't know.
Math.
Shite.
DOMH.
Shite.
LNZA.
Oh my
DOMH.
gosh. Watch out.
LNZA.
Watch out. Woo!
AIFF.
Looks like we got a halty upty.
AIFF.
Math. LNZA.
Come on.
HUBC.
SLQT.
I'm just doing some extracurricular activities over here.
DOMH.
What the nutsack?
Math.
Okay, I gotta be done with Dom H.
VSTE.
Dude, that's a brutal loss. Brutal.
AIFF.
It has to go off my list, man. I had that in the
AIFF.
bag, bro.
SERV.
Oh, I had that in the bag.
AIFF.
AIFF. AIFF.
AIFF.
Oh, this is
THRD.
freaking risky. Taking the loss in that. Bought it high. Daily chart AIFF.
AIFF will resume at 10 hours 10 minutes
580.
and 37 seconds.
Dang.
AIFF.
THRD. BBAI.
Dom H dominated me. Ah.
LIPO.
BBAI. GDS.
And then try to get at least one good trade. Try to really put it together.
LIPO.
Trading data does break even.
THRD.
AIFF resumption 510. Not a super great resumption.
HUBC.
Resumptions haven't been working as well recently. 5, 10.
BBAI.
This has no volume.
GDS.
This is unfortunate. This does bother me.
THRD.
This is too bad.
LIPO.
That's you know, but what can a guy do? The other stock is resuming in about 2 minutes. 5:08 resumption.
Starting a new job or leaving an old
We'll
one?
see how that works
When
out.
life changes, your taxes do too. With 70 years of experience, H&R Block.
VSTE.
Da-na-na-na. Yeah, dude. It's about to talk about the Super Bowl commercials, but I don't know what to think about Super Bowl. So disappointing.
AIFF, Firefly Neuroscience shares were halted at the highs,
CXW.
VSTE.
up
IMPP.
63%.
AIRE.
Company announcing acceptance into the NVIDIA Connect program. That's AIFF.
DOMH.
Oh gosh.
VORR.
I don't want to be in this trade. Gotta cut it. Coming back over here to LIPO. Resumption should be still a minute out.
IMPP.
Dom H, I'm still thinking about getting a rebound trade. Risk. This is barely moving. This is
PNCD.
moving.
ATAI. TSDB.
Yes, John.
SABS.
510 resumption.
AIFF will
510
resume in less than a minute.
resumption. 101 likes in honor of 101
NUBB.
nominations. One of my favorite
PNCD.
childhood
IBBB.
movies.
DOMH.
But it did scare me. Bella DeVille, the 90s version. Scary, scary, scary. I don't know if I'm doing this resumption. I suppose maybe I will. 516, it's now moving to 516.
HSAI.
IBBB.
NIVF.
I got off rhythm on it.
VSTE. Soy.
AIFF.
Apps. NIBF, SOPA,
Ah, dude, I'm just losing money. That's all that's happening. I'm just losing money.
MSW halted.
I don't think I lost a whole lot, but I did
MSW will
lose a
resume
good
at 10
amount.
hours 15 minutes and
CTM,
IVV 4 seconds.
Probably $200-300 at least. At least $200-300.
Powell said current rates make Fed well positioned to deal with risks.
VSTE,
GDS.
SLQT,
ATXI.
EQ,
IVVV.
Careful, guys.
AIFF,
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 AIFF shares resumed trading. Alpha India Fox.
I'm not sure. I'm happy with my profits on the day, but
Shares
just not
hitting
happy with how much
$5.38
I.
at the high, up
kinda
about
chopped
70%. AIFF.
AIFF,
SQT gave back half profits. Dom H, I gave back everything. I was up $800, lost it all. It's a
LFWD,
tough pill to swallow, but one I have to swallow. It sounds wrong.
RPRX, IINN, SLQT,
CSAI.
AIFF, AIFF, AIFF,
HIT.
Gave us a little
Shares getting
something,
up top to
something.
the high, $5.92 on a spike in volume. That's Hotel India Tango.
AIFF,
NOTE.
DOMH,
Dom H, I had money on it, but I blew it away. Is what it is. You got to just move on, you know.
CSAI.
DOMH,
PRPL.
SLQT, DOMH,
HSAI.
DOMH, NVDL,
CSAI.
I'm
SLQT,
just taking
MSW
that.
may resume
So
in
I'm
less
just
than a
kind of
minute.
tag teaming different
DOMH.
stocks here. This is kind of the first
SLPG.
pullback. It's a little risque.
LFWD, AIFF,
Hold my finger off the trigger
LFWD.
there. It just sellers are a little bit emboldened here. I hope they don't win.
HSAI.
LFWD, LFWD, TOI,
ENTA.
WKEY,
IVII.
PMCV.
CSAI.
File your
LIPO.
taxes 100% free in the app if you didn't use it.
HSAI.
I'm just going to take it.
That client review was brutal.
We're gonna be underwater for weeks.
I'm
HSAI,
already so pruny.
DOMH,
This is fixable. Just use Grammarly.
ENTA.
BBAI,
You know, it's just gosh darn
CSAI.
frustrating. And Blair said it right. I mean, 1 second is the difference between making and losing.
LFWD,
Half a second. I mean, a split second. That's the whole point. A
LFWD,
split second. Not even a second. A split second.
HUBC.
So you
WKEY,
got to continually trying to get them in the
Destroy.
right places, even though you know you're going to be wrong. A lot of times you have to be wrong. You be wrong 5 times in a row, and then if the 6th one hits, you make it.
LTRY.
AIFF.
You scallywag loser. So let's take we got the
LFWD.
pivot at 540.
DOMH.
THRD.
AIFF. AIFF.
We're consolidating. Let's go back to daily chart here. We still got that 580 level,
VSTE.
and that's kind of cool to have that 579 here. But we gotta maintain this ascending support, and so far we are. So things like, yeah, sellers are strong, but we're still holding. And so sellers can be strong right now, but if they run out of steam, then there's going to be nothing to stop the buyers from running it up, stopping it. So we'll see. Of course, this is kind of when the MACD is a little bit.
GSAT.
Enter. IBIO.
DOMH. GSAT. DOMH. GSAT. AIFF. GSAT. GSAT.
Dang it.
LTRY.
Dang it. Got overconfident on this curl here, thinking 540 was coming. I jumped in. I got
LTRY. LIPO.
LTR.
that was a bad idea.
GSAT.
Oh, I jumped into that one late.
GSAT.
That's an easy one. So I'm up at 4.86. Blew away quite a bit of profit. I don't know how much I lost. Still holding ascending support. You've been faithful to me.
AIFF.
Yeah, hold on before pulling the trigger, bro.
AIFF.
Alright, now it's curling back. Okay, of course.
SLQT.
CSA.
Of course. Of course.
NOTE.
SLQT.
EGHT. MSW.
DOMH.
Okay. I see.
SOPA.
It's going pretty good. Boom.
IINN. IINN. EACB.
I go to Starbucks soon. See my
COSM constant health standards, final development basis, CXO weight management solution,
AIFF.
what?
LFWD.
Adobe Acrobat AI assistant
Shares
is
of
super
McDonald's
helpful
popped
because
to
it
the
allows
highest
me to
level
weed through
God
everything
dang,
that I
Scallywag. So
know.
558
What
is potential
inspiring.
for breaking.
Charles Delta.
AIFF.
NOTE.
But its sellers have it
AIFF.
by the mouth.
NIVF.
112 likes, guys.
SOPA.
And girls and women. Yeah, maybe I'll give the Starbucks girl
AIFF.
NIVF.
AIFF.
AIFF.
Then maybe she'll accidentally stumble across that trading fund. might fall in love with that guy.
AIFF.
I'll have to reach out to that trading. Looks like we have a new friend that we need to reach out to. This is probably a flush. I gotta get out of there. This is dangerous. No, it came back. Shite. Shite!
GSAT.
She'll fall in love with my big
AIFF.
P&L. So I tried to buy the dip here. It dipped down to 530, right? That's a 50-50 scalp. Got in at 535. I could have held longer to get out green. I was just worried of a flush there. That's kind of one of those high-risk scalps. Why? Just broke through the apex. There's gonna sometimes be flushes. So I got spooked, but could have made it.
DOMH.
Ah, okay, I'll rush into it.
LITM.
Ah, no, see? I literally made a comment highlighting the stupidity of the trade as I was taking it. I was like, all right, I'll rush into it. Like, you don't want to rush into it. So, you know, here's a great example to beginner traders how even still profitable how many mistakes one can make, seemingly. At the end of the day, we are just
Lux. AIFF. AIFF. HIMX.
Give me back 300
Taking
bucks.
questions now from the committee.
SOPR. LFWD.
Stay out unless you see a good low risk entry. Sizing down a smidge. Sellers are stacking here. Just a great example there where sellers come in, but shite. Starting to suck.
INTC Intel popping up the highs now. India, remember,
Trading dad's up 45 bucks.
INTC. Intel share is up about 6% today.
LFWD. LFWD. LITM.
So my dad made the right decision. He said he looked. He said this was the the second or third I think pullback or third rip up. He said he thinks it's coming backside. That's what he told me. He was correct. He was in here filling his coffee cup. He was up 45, and I said that's smart.
SOPA.
That's how you got to do it. I even overdid it up here. I lost $300.
HSAI.
That could have bought me and my girl a nice date night, but I blew it away with a happy trigger finger after it.
VSTE.
But you know, on the flip side, you have to take trades to make money.
LFWD.
You have to take trades to make money. There's no other way. No other way, John.
LIPO. SLQT.
There's no way you're gonna get a woman unless you reach out and shoot your shot. Say, hey, baby, you want to ride with me tonight?
GDD.
I'm kidding. This one's curling here, light volume curl, apex
LTR1.
426. Not a great risk to reward here at all.
DOMH.
MYNZ.
Not rushing into this because sellers will short it hard up here.
INTC.
HEPS.
HSAI. HUBC.
Got a decent entry there. It looks like it's holding. Again, 426 would be the level, but shite.
EH.
Ah, I just gotta cut it there. Oh, where did I fill that? Ah, shite, dude. I should have sold earlier.
LTRY.
Oh my god.
MYNZ.
Frick.
HUBC.
HUBC. LTRY.
Why? I even called it out for being garbage. It said light volume. And I said terrible risk to reward. And what did I do after I said that statement? I bought it. So you scratch your head, and these are the areas where you can tighten up. I literally called it out for a low risk to reward and light volume. That's 2 dings against this, and yet I still clicked the buy button. Lost 130 bucks. So when we talk about maximizing profits, that's a kind of a trade that, had I not taken it, would have gotten paid by not taking it.
HUBC. HUBC.
AIFF halted down.
LFWD.
Oh, shite.
77 cents. Powell.
LFWD.
Fed Chair Powell now says
LFWD.
committing to tailoring bank regulation, try to avoid excessive burden time to take a fresh look at the
LFWD.
banking.
HUBC.
God dang this one.
SOPA.
God dang this one. Gosh. Oh my goodness. So we're running out of options here, boys. We're running out of options.
LTRY.
Yeah, Mighty Goat killed it yesterday with the big
LTRY.
It was nice to see. Where was he? He said something about like, oh, sucky day. Lots to learn or something. Annoying price action day, but I'll take it. I made $5 grand. Now notice that he does trade a full session.
LTRY.
It looks like that's a long day. There's nothing wrong against it. That's dedication.
LTRY.
You know, it's kind of like Anomaly as well. Another star student.
LTRY.
2,400 bucks. That's more than I made
LFWD.
yesterday. Nuclear trading up 207.
YOSH.
GTON.
GWAV.
YOSH. LFWD.
These higher floats are a little tougher.
DOMH.
SOC.
YOSH. Big spread.
No.
DOMH.
LFWD. LTRY. LFWD. LFWD.
LFWD. SLQT. LTRY.
MINZ.
Fingers on the trigger, but I'm waiting
LTRY.
to see if this runs through 480.
YOSH. GWAV in less than a minute.
ASRT. DOMH.
Are you serious? Oh, I want to punch something
SOPA.
in the face. God dang it, what am I doing? I think I've run out of things to trade, and so now I'm just grabbing for whatever moves. God dang. Resumption price 478 for frickin' AIFF.
MPU.
ODYS.
No.
All right, Blair.
YOSH. Big spread. BFRG.
MSW halted. MSW will resume at 10 hours 33 minutes and 51 seconds.
God dang. It's okay. Life is short.
NOTE.
LFWD.
LFWD. HSAI.
This is making a nice little curl here. Pretty good buying pressure.
AMDL.
I'm getting a little bit worried about it. I wasn't taking my scalps.
Powell said Fed is
God
business
damn
as
it.
usual on consumer compliance job for smaller state member banks.
Might snap through 5. I don't know. It's just chop chop. We'll give it a minute. Everything else is gone. I've failed on everything.
AIFF.
This is sore for you. Could be a W over here.
PNBK. VSTE. DOMH.
ODYS.
AIFF.
God dang you. God dang you.
AIFF.
Done with that ticker. Holy crap, dude. I'm getting like emotional. Getting emotional because I'm just not connecting with anything. I just gotta trade AIFF. That's all I need today. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Go for a dip. Give me a dip, John boy. Barely a dip.
DOMH.
Didn't hold.
LFW. DFRG. YOSH. Big spread. LTR1.
I'm up 5,000 right now. No more, no less.
DFRG.
No more, no less.
GBAI.
PNBK.
TEM.
That's what just
PNBK.
fired up here. LIPO.
PNBK.
Gotta get a dip though. Could come down here a little bit.
Powell said I wants to make sure that stress tests are still resilient. That ground has shifted on administrative law.
AIFF. LFWD.
I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm really starting to fall apart here.
AIFF.
I'm really starting to fall apart here. Oh. Oh my gosh.
DOMH.
I was like, oh my god. Why is this? I wouldn't say. I rushed into this pullback. That's just too bad. Again.
SSSS.
BFRG.
Super all
SSSS. FAAS. NIBF.
DNUT. BFRG.
LTR1.
nice green there, but
BFRG.
a bigger seller there. What a scallywagger.
CPRI. NOTE.
BFRG.
Powell said big banks of all the regulators except the CFPB.
HEBC.
Powell said committed to completing Basel III Endgame.
Dude, I gotta figure my shit out. This is embarrassing.
AIFF.
This is embarrassing.
AIFF.
Powell says
BFRG.
I might have to come to terms with the 4.85.
WWR.
FDIC, but they're happy to sit down with them.
AIFF.
No, it could have been a $6,000 day. We just gotta wait for something to heat up, and it could be LIPO. But LIPO right now is slow. Here, this
BFRG.
is high risk.
VFRG.
Oh. Really not high enough. Can't buy it there. Missed it. LIPO is still showing life.
No.
That is really peculiar.
VFRG.
DOMH.
Just gonna take the 40 bucks. It's called scalping for a reason.
RSKD. LIPO.
Wait, you
LIPO.
you guys are not losing? Right?
YYGH. ORMP.
Powell
I've
said
been-
commit to
I've been
working
around
with
for far
leadership
too
of other
long.
banking regulators, capital largest banks is about right. That's a good starting point.
LIPO.
HBI, Haynes Brands popping here a bit. Shares
NIVF.
trading about flat now
AIFF.
today.
489 to 515. Why can't I ever catch something like that?
NIVF.
This has no claw. I gotta let that go. It sucks. LIPO is still fighting back to life, and that's something that maybe 10, 20 minutes will be ripping.
NIVF.
It takes one pullback trade.
SIF1.
LTBR
We're rock-
Lightbridge tweeting on X says
I
attending the
think
sold out
NIVF.
Nuclear Financing Summit today. CEO Seth Gray at 3:45 p.m. with speakers from Google, Oklo, NGP, Energy Cap discussing partnerships with nuclear companies. That is LTBR, Lima Tango Bravo Romeo.
VFRG.
Ah, what the nutsack.
ORMP.
Dude, that might do me in. That might do me in.
VFRG.
Shite. I was too scared to get the first pullback, so I get in on this other candle thinking it'll be a continuation. Oh my gosh. That takes me to 4.6 on the day. That's $4 or $5, probably
YYGH.
$500-$600 off of where I was.
DOMH.
It does suck. I'm coming back to AIFF. This is my best code. I gotta be smart. Going down to 900.
ODYS.
LFWD.
I did.
LIPO.
EDU.
Going down to 900 shares because that way I can keep my
Powell
fingers
said we make
warm.
no judgments on
While
payments
also
from the
not
Treasury.
risking a whole
Believe
lot
the
of
system
money.
of payments is
AIoT.
safe. Remain very committed to the
IINN.
safety of Treasury payments.
AIFF.
Playbook
One
used
did go
with
790,
Silicon Valley
that's
Bank has
gone.
been revised.
30, 34. This is starting to heat up. Gosh darn.
AIFF.
We'll see.
Shares of Lightbridge, small pop here on some volume trading down.
4.5.
About 1%
AISP.
down. Fed Chair Powell
YYGH.
said everyone learned a lot from Silicon Valley Bank, determined to do better.
Dom H is curling back. My back is kind of against the wall.
YYGH.
because I've kind of been giving back profit at a pretty quick rate.
Note.
BBAI. DOMH.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one
DOMH.
productivity software where you can manage everything
Jeez,
and anything related to your work.
YOSH.
Your doc.
DOMH.
Those are my boys. God dang it, dude. Here's what it is. Focus farmer. You still got 4.6, don't lose
DOMH.
4.6. All you gotta do. 4.6. This is frustrating. That's this is that's
DOMH.
Didn't I have $5,000 on this ticket?
SLQT.
Didn't I have 5K on this? No, I only got I got
SLQT.
600 less than that. Yeah, I'm $670 below. Yeah. God dang.
DOMH.
Yeah. I know. This is a terrible dip to buy.
AIFF. AIFF. DOMH. YYGH. DOMH. LFWD. YYGH.
Oh my goodness.
Powell said the CFPB has responsibility.
I would like to make some money back on
compliance with large banks
For a
that
big
enforce consumer protection.
Well, and AI.
Things like money transfers to big banks, that's the CFPB. On technology firms, Fed does not have
AIFF.
jurisdiction. Fed has no role in consumer protection unless you're a Fed member bank with $10 billion or less in assets.
This is
HUBC.
S&P
gotta stay with
futures
AIFF.
ticking higher now, down about 5.
Whoa. We're late to this one. God dang it.
AMSC.
Caught the flush.
AMSC.
That might do me in for the day. I don't know if I can emotionally.
Powell said there's a gap in consumer compliance
HSAI.
protection if CFPB
AMSC.
were shut.
There we go. That gives me, just having a little win like that can give you the dopamine to continue.
MSW may resume in less than a minute. VSRG.
HUBC. AIFF. 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 HUBC. AIFF. IVVD.
Oh my goodness! God dang it.
ODYS.
God dang it. Frickin'. God dang it. Oh gosh.
Run.
Okay. That's okay.
Run. AIFF. HUBC.
I'm gonna buy the dip on this, see if I get something.
AIFF.
AIFF.
Powell said
I'm desperate at this point.
we're in a pretty good place now with this economy. Want to make more progress on inflation. Don't see any reason to be in a hurry. High mortgage rates are less related to Fed policy. Treasury yields, once we lower rates, mortgage rates will come down. Don't know when that will be.
Because my sell on the ask button is not working. Modified it. I'm not even quite sure what. $52.
NIVF.
Asked if knuckling under to big bank lobbyists. Powell says no.
Shite. With rolling in that direction. Gotta wait for a dip. Give me a dip. Give me a dip, you scallywagger.
NIVF.
I don't know.
IVVD. IVVD.
Powell said we are not in a recession.
MSW halted. MSW will resume at 10 hours. 49
NIVF.
minutes
And I paid the
54
price.
seconds. ODYS.
And I paid the price. So I'm starting to just fall apart.
HSAI.
ONDS.
Why, Lord?
S&P futures
Why
getting
do I have to
high
suck?
now.
LIPO.
I was doing so good.
ODYS.
Now I'm starting to suck.
ODYS. HEVC.
This has a good looking pattern, but it's not the right flow.
LFWD.
S&P futures now
LFWD.
popping here down about 1.5.
HSAI.
LFWD.
HSAI.
God dang it. God dang it.
LFWD.
Holding on to it, because the pattern is good on the...
Powell said, not for me to say if we've experienced a soft landing, have not experienced a hard landing.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, I first ditched big wireless and started using Mint Mobile way back in
when we do these decompositions. And so, you know, it's set by supply and demand in the bond market at the long end, and we're not particularly we have some influence, but mostly not.
Many Americans are looking at short rates and looking at the Fed's behavior and how you reduce inflation, but they don't seem they don't see the long rates going down, and obviously that affects mortgage rates. And I would encourage you and your colleagues to spend some time explaining to the American people why that is. Final question. If you went home tonight and Mayor Powell, your spouse,
SBUX
said, you know, I got a call today from our bank,
bias and employment practices.
and they're
Powell said the Fed
they're
cannot
debanking
control
us.
long rates.
They're worried about their reputational risk because they don't like our politics. Would you think that fair?
No, I sure wouldn't. And as I mentioned earlier, I too am troubled by the quantity of these reports, and you know, really want to understand better why this is happening. You know, one theory is that banks are just very risk averse around BSA and money laundering, and that's because we're so tough on them, and that they just don't. Any red flag is enough.
ORMP.
But we
Powell said
it may be that this whole thing with reputational risk needs to be it's actually coming out of our one manual that we used. We're taking that concept out, the manual that we've been using for account access for master accounts. We're just going to take that out. But I think this needs a fresh look, and I think it's time for that. And we're going to do that.
Well, I've asked our chairman, and he has agreed to invite some of the CEOs of some of the banks that have been debanking people. The CEOs, not their lawyers, not their PR consultants, not their priests, them, the CEOs, to come in and let's talk about this and find out what the hell's been going on.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Reed.
Thank you, Chairman Scott. Chairman Powell, welcome. Thank you very much. I think your monetary policy combined with the Biden fiscal policy over the last 4 years has made a tremendous difference. We've avoided a recession. And I'd like to remind people how far we've come. In 2020, the gross domestic product decreased 2.2%. The unemployment rate finished the year at 6.7%. By 2024, gross domestic product grew 2.5%. The unemployment rate was 4.1%. Labor force participation rate went up from 61% to 62.5%. And that's a combination of your work together with the fiscal policy of the Biden administration. So I thank you for that. One of the issues before us today is the issue of tariffs. In July
Powell said going to
2018,
take that out of
Mr.
the
Martin,
manual
you stated,
used for
Mr. Chairman,
master accounts.
countries that have remained open to trade, that have non-erected barriers, including tariffs, have grown faster and had higher incomes. Do you still believe that?
Yes, I do. I would stand by that.
So President Trump's tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico will obviously raise costs on families. In fact, some economists, many economists, project about $1,200 per year in households will be paying extra. An increase in inflation by nearly 1%, economic growth depression, and, for example, the increase of the average car price by $2,700.
LIPO.
Is that a wise policy?
So I guess I ought to say this. I think the standard case for free trade and all that logically still makes sense. It didn't work that well when we have one very large country that doesn't really play by the rules. And in any case, it's not the Fed's job to make or comment on tariff policy.
IINN.
Really, that's for elected people.
INAB.
And it's not for us to comment.
File,
Ours is to try to react to it in a thoughtful, sensible way and make monetary policy so that we can achieve our mandate.
Just this weekend, the president removed the board of the Kennedy Center and made himself chairman. What would you do if the president tried to remove a member of the Federal Reserve Board?
Well, it's pretty clearly
right now of about
not allowed
30%.
under the law.
Well off the earlier highs of
We've
75
communicated
cents,
back
getting
and forth
a
about
price target of
synthetic risk
$1.20.
transfer as a potential danger to the banking system. And could you give us some insights on how we can improve financial stability by regulating these transactions more appropriately?
What we've been doing for some time now is looking at them on a case-by-case basis, and if they really do transfer risk successfally, then that's okay. I mean, it's a good thing if the bank wants to transfer risk off its balance sheet in a way that it gets compensated for and all that. But what you want to make sure is that the risk is really transferred, and that was the problem during the global financial crisis. It was sort of things that appeared to but did not accomplish a transfer of risk. So we see this coming, and we've been looking at these transactions on an ongoing basis.
Well, I commend you for that. In fact, what happens typically is the transaction becomes complicated by synthetic risk transfers, as it was the case with synthetic derivatives. So thank you for your attention to that. We've talked about housing. It's absolutely critical everywhere across the country. We're in a housing shortage. Housing is difficult. Two of the mainstays of our housing market are Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, helping to support home ownership. Does the federal guarantee back in Fannie and Freddie help make mortgage rates more affordable and home ownership more accessible?
I imagine it does hold down mortgage rates, the fact that they're sovereign risk.
And how important is the 30-year mortgage to ensure that families can afford a home?
In our housing market, the 30-year mortgage is very important.
U.S. Defense
And
Secretary
I have heard
Higseth
some
said
discussions
US needs to
about
spend more on defense
eliminating
considering
Fannie
the
Mae
Biden
and Freddie Mac,
administration.
which would be detrimental, I presume, to the housing market.
It's really a question for you. I mean, putting them back in the private, putting housing finance back in the private sector has some appeal over the longer run, but I leave that with you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator Ricketts.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member, for holding this important hearing, and thank you, Chairman Powell, for being here today to talk about our economy and all the things that are going on. I want to address, again, something that the Ranking Member started talking off about, which was characterizing the CFPB as being the cop on the beat here. But I can tell you, as having been a governor and having a Department of Banking that reported to me, that if any consumer would contact us and make a complaint about a bank, even a big bank like JP Morgan, we would investigate, as could the OCC, the FDIC, the FTC. So to characterize that nobody's out there looking for consumers, I think, is inaccurate. And we ought not to try and scare consumers right now that somehow this is the case, because if you do have an issue, if you're a consumer, please reach out to your state Department of Banking, because those folks are going to look out for you. I can tell you that because I used to have one of those Department of Banking, so they did a fantastic job of looking out for consumers. One of the things that has also impacted consumers is inflation.
AIFF.
Prices under the Biden inflation were up 20%. An average household is paying $13,000 more today than they were for the same standard of living they had before Joe Biden got elected. We see that grocery prices, for example, are up 22%, rents up 23%. Simply put, Nebraskans are economically worse off today than they were 4 years ago, and I expect that that's part of the reason why we saw this change in administration. They thought that was not something that they wanted to continue to pursue. They didn't want the same policies to be followed. We have to end the reckless federal spending, rein in inflation, and be responsible about how we make decisions to be able to grow the economy. One of those areas that I'm concerned about is the expansion of the Fed's balance sheet. The Fed's balance sheet for at the end of 2019, so before the pandemic, was about $4.1 trillion. By May of 2020, the Fed expanded that to $7 trillion. By 2022, the Fed's balance sheet hit an all-time record of $8.9 trillion. Inflation peaked at 9.1% that year, a high we had not seen since 1991. Now, I'm encouraged by the actions the Fed has taken with quantitative tightening to shrink the balance sheet down to $6.85 trillion. But $6.85 trillion is still too high. And one of my concerns, Mr. Chairman, is that that's kind of one of your tools to be able to guard against a downturn in the economy or some sort of shock. Obviously, you used it during the pandemic. Looking ahead long term, will the Fed Reserve continue to this course of unwinding the balance sheet?
Yes, so what we said is that we intend to slow and then stop the decline when reserve balances are somewhat above the level that we judge consistent with IIFF's multiple reserves. The most recent data definitely the reserves are still abundant. They're about the level they were at when runoff started because the AIFF So yes, it's an ongoing thing, and we're not yet where we're headed.
So what kind of pace can we expect? And I know that obviously there's going to be a lot of factors like what happens to the economy in the future. But if things were going to go along the way they are today, you've already said the economy's doing well, inflation's a little higher than we want it to be at 2.6%, but unemployment's at 4%. If these conditions, and I think you used the word stable quite a bit, if these conditions were to remain stable throughout the course of the year, would you have a range to give us of where the balance sheet might be if we were talking again here in January 2026?
Basically, we're going to be looking at reserve conditions in reserve markets, and trying to stop a little bit above what we can consider ample. And we think we're meaningfully above that. Now, we can't put a number on it because you can't directly know the demand for reserves other than by observing behavior in the market and then putting a little bit of a buffer on it. So I can't give you an exact number, but for now it's ongoing, and we have ways to go.
What kind of conditions would have to happen for you to start going back to quantitative easing?
Quantitative easing. That's a tool we tend to use when we're at the effective lower bound. We don't have interest rates anymore, so nothing like what you're seeing today. It's a different test for stopping quantitative tightening, but we would use QE going forward only in a situation where rates are zero and we're lower than zero now.
So that you think that, again, just generally speaking, then, if things were to remain stable, you'll continue to unwind the balance sheet, to continue the quantitative tightening. Can't give me a range on this. Is that what I hear you saying?
That's right.
Okay, great. Well, I encourage you to keep doing that
or
because
leaving
I
an
think
old
that's
one?
important.
When life changes, your taxes do too.
For the next issue that we may face. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate you.
Senator Warner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman Powell. Good to see you. One of the things we've talked about in the past, and I got 2 or 3 issues I'm going to get through fairly quickly, is that that while our regulatory framework should always promote financial innovation, that innovation can't come at the expense of things like anti-money laundering, consumer protection, financial stability. I continue to worry many of these hearings where we keep seeing regulatory creep outside the boundaries of traditional financial regulation. We're we're starting a system from scratch. A few of us would design it this way. But it is one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to working with Chair Scott and my colleague, Senator Lummis, on a framework at looking at stable coins in particular within the regulatory perimeter. I know friend Bill Haggerty just introduced a bill in this area. I'm looking at trying to make sure we get those guardrails put in place, and how it touches the Fed is something that's terribly important to me. I know you and I have talked in the past about the notional idea of same activity, same regulation in the non-bank sector. I'd like to wax briefly on this question around stable coins and how we think about them in the same point of, if they are similar to other activities, should they not have the same regulatory structure?
So we definitely support these efforts to create a regulatory framework around stablecoins. Stablecoins may have a big future with consumers and businesses. We can't know that now, but it is important for the development of stablecoins, signals and consumers, that there be a regulatory framework. So we see these bills and we're in contact over the last conference trying to add our technical thoughts to this. We think it's a very constructive exercise.
Well, we do think we have a lot of expertise in this session, and people come with lots of opinions on everything in crypto, from over the top to the other end of the spectrum, and I'm gonna need to rely on your expertise as well as we try to work through some framework for stablecoins. I know there are a lot of earlier questions on CFPB. I think the record is pretty darn good. It's returned $20 billion to consumers. As a matter of fact, the last time we had the previous chair here, Chair Rohit, Mr. Chopra, we were talking about $55 million to Virginians. I do have to mention this one for my colleagues. Tim Kaine and I did a teletown hall last night. Lots of things happening in Virginia. Normally we would get maybe 3,000, 5,000, 6,000 folks on the teletown hall. We had 60,000 last night. I have not seen anything like that in my time up on here in the Hill. And a huge amount of concern about what the Doge boys are doing, whether our information is safe, whether privacy is protected. I had one lady say, in light of what was happening at CFPB, and while there's not a direct connection, she's saying is her deposits at her bank safe? We tried to give her assurance, but I said, you know what, ma'am, I'm going to be talking to the chairman of the Federal Reserve tomorrow. And with this diminution or shuttering, at least for the time being, of the CFPB, can I tell, her name was Mary, can I tell Mary from Virginia that her bank account is safe?
Big bank accounts overall across the IINN, so we still got deposit insurance, and banking system is well capitalized.
Again, I think the concern with being raised is that the diminution of consumer protections lent her concern about whether that might be safe. Last thing I want to recognize is, there's been reports in the media about the thinness in the treasury market, the number of additional bonding that we're going to have to do, particularly with so many of these unpaid tax cuts. Matter of fact, one of the things that was really striking to me was that yesterday the president mentioned how he was, quote, examining Treasury debt payments for possible fraud, and suggested that our debt might not be as high as possible. We all understand that full faith and credit of the United States is based upon a reputation. If this president were to suddenly say, I'm wiping off X amount of debt because I don't believe we owe it, what kind of effect would that have on both stability of the dollar and the overstability of our economy?
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? The lightweight moisturization of Old Spice lotion is like treating your skin to a glass.
Do you think it would be, from a Fed standpoint, the President of the United States starts to say we're not going to pay our Treasury debt, you're going to have no view at all?
I'm not going to comment on things that the President says.
I would like to see us at some point get a stronger answer on that, because I think that in light of the president's willingness to shut down agencies willy-nilly, his ability to potentially curtail payment of debt, I think would have devastating consequences on our economy. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Britt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Obviously, there's been a lot of conversation both in and out of this hearing room today. Conversations about a co-president referencing Elon Musk, referencing the work that Doge is doing. I think it's important to remember that President Trump ran on this. I mean, he said we're going to look for wasteful spending across our government. For $36 trillion in debt growth, that's not only fiscally irresponsible, it is actually morally irresponsible. And the difference in this administration and the last administration is that President Trump is actually the final arbiter. And it's interesting that none of you had anything to say over the last 4 years when it is clear that our commander-in-chief was not in command. And if we're going to use the term co-president, then let's go back and say co-president Jake Sullivan, co-president Ron Klain, co-president Jill Biden. I mean, it seems that some of the biggest decisions were made during the president's afternoon nap time. And so I just think we need to be a little bit more honest about what's been laid out and what's actually occurring. Chair Powell, I want to discuss some monetary policy issues, but I first want to highlight a few supervisory items. We unfortunately started 2023 with several bank failures in which the Fed itself admits its supervisors were, quote, too slow to ask. The question has been asked earlier about who was fired, who was not. I think that there's some real merit to having accountability that we have not seen there. In the aftermath of those failures, the Fed was certainly not slow to act when it came to new regulations, like the new capital requirements that would have put the U.S. banks at a global disadvantage and actually hurt consumers in my state. The way I look at this is the world came up with a gold standard, and then Vice Chair Barr said, hold my beer. And unfortunately, that hurts Alabamians. In addition to that, we had Community Reinvestment Act and stress testing frameworks that were basically adopted in secret. Or as we discussed last week, the reputational risk and just the arbitrary nature of that and those standards that were used to push political agendas. None of this is acceptable, and we've got to take a look at how to promote greater accountability and transparency into the Fed's supervisory function. Shifting gears, as of January 30th, the Federal Reserve had a mark-to-market loss on its balance sheet of roughly $221 billion. In fact, I looked back and the Fed has posted losses since September of 2022. Meanwhile, we've seen transfers to the CFPB totaling $2 billion since September of 2022. So just to clarify, Chair Powell, these money transfers are requested by the CFPB director each quarter and then directly deposited by the Fed. Is that how that works?
So the director of the CFPB requests money, and we, under the law, we send that money. Yes.
So, in fact, but Dodd-Frank actually prohibits the Fed from actually reviewing or amending those requests.
That is correct.
And so it gives full discretion to the CFPB
up
director.
to, I think, 12% of our. There's a ceiling on that, but that's correct.
So just to level set, how many times, has the CFPB funding request been denied by the Fed?
Don't have the authority to deny it under the law.
Zero, right?
Zero, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And by the way, I'd like to applaud the current administration and acting director vote for inserting some accountability back into the agency by pausing these quarterly just blank checks. On that, I know there's been a lot of conversation around the Bureau over the last few days, but I do want to focus on those last couple of years, particularly the $2 billion the CFPB received from September 2022 up to the last receipt on January 2nd, 2025. Congress specified in statute that the Fed shall fund the CFPB through the combined earnings of the Federal Reserve System. However, as I mentioned, the Fed has no current earnings. It has a balance sheet of negative $200 billion. So instead of the recent audit statement saying the Fed is funding the CFPB through assessments on its reserve banks, Mr. Chair, There are only two statutes that authorize the Fed to make reserve bank assessments, and neither permit the CFPB to fund transfers. So what authority exactly did the Federal Reserve have to assess the reserve banks in this manner over the last 2 years? I just wanted kind of a fact finding.
We looked at that question very carefully, and it's very clear on the law and the legislative history that we're still required to make those payments.
GSAT.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
VZFB.
Senator Van Hollen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
SOPA.
I would point out that
AIFF.
candidate Trump did not run on implementing Project 2025. In fact, when he was asked on the campaign trail about Project 2025, he said, I don't know anything about that. Who are those people? And yet he early on and quickly installed a key architect of Project 2025, Russ Vought, as the head of the office.
QAVA. SLXN. SOPA. SOPA. TDUP. SOPA. AIFF.
Powell said it's very
TSLQ.
clear on the law that the Fed is still required to make payments to the CFPB.
SOPA. HTZ. AIFF. ASNS. VZFD.
AIFF, Firefly Neuroscience, after popping to a high of $7.90, now it's
ASNS.
$7.37. AIFF.
SOC.
TSLQ. AIFF.
WCT.
VSGM. TSLQ. ORMP. MVST. LTRY.
ORMP.
SOPA.
ORMP.
ORMP. Soy.